Hi guys, I'm David and this is Jeanette. Together we are Low Range 4x4 Adventures. For the last few years we have been doing some epic trips to amazing locations across Australia. Subscribe and like our videos and hit the notification bell to join us on our adventures. You can also find us on Facebook and Instagram. Morning guys, welcome back to the channel. We are just heading out of our camp at Camp Elsewhere to go back and have a look at the Balfour Track. So we had a bit of a discussion about it last night and we've decided that even though it's recommended that you travel in groups and you have all this, stuff, blah blah blah, we are going to go and have a look. And we're going to take each obstacle by its merits and look at it, and if we get to something that we think's actually going to risk the car or risk us, then we're going to turn around and come back. So yes, it's a difficult track. Yes, I believe we should go with other people, but there is literally no one down here. There's a whole heap of people with side-by-sides and quad bikes and motorbikes and stuff that have come down, locals, for the weekend. But at this point, there's literally no four-wheel drives around, which I'm quite surprised about. But I think, experience says to me that, a lot of places, they overstate how hard stuff is because they have to. Now, yesterday we were told the other day that Sandy Cape's very dangerous, very boggy, blah, blah, blah. And yes, I could see how that could be the case because it's actually, if the tide was up and the rivers were flowing fairly hard, then yeah, it would be a completely different place. But in the relative dry, it was reasonably easy, wasn't it?
We have spoken to a few of the ATV drivers as well to get their take on the track and a couple of locals and things like that. So yeah, we'll just have to see how it goes.
So I mean, being sensible, we're going to go in, have a look at it, avoid the big mud holes if we can avoid the big mud holes, and just without going off the track and ruining the track, and then just see what we come up with, and we'll go from there. So hopefully this will be a video that gets us through to the end of the Balfour Track.
Yeah, the track itself is only 18 kilometres long, 18.1 from where we're starting off the Sandy Cape track. So Balfour is an old mining town. I think they mined copper there from the early 1900s, but I think the town had pretty much wrapped up before World War II or One.
Well, it sounds that it didn't last very long.
But there is some interesting stuff there. I think there's like a hotel, cemetery and stuff like that.
So guys, we're just starting on the Sandy Cape track. I think we've got to get about 6 k's or something along this, and then we turn off onto the Balfour Track. So just this was all in last week's video, this stuff, so we'll just poke through here and then head up the Balfour Track and show you what we find. Okay guys, so we're just coming up to the entrance of the Balfour Track, the last bridge on the Sandy Cape track. You cross, I think it's like the 3rd creek crossing, and then we basically veer off to the left up that rock steps there. I'm gonna have a little play on that and see if I can get up there. If not, you can just go up the Sandy Cape track another 100 meters and come around and avoid this. So I'm gonna have a look at it guys and just see what I think.
Actually, there are tyre tracks, so it does look like someone has gone in probably this morning. I think there was a patrol with big feet on it. Maybe that was those guys. But
so we'll have a look at this and see how we go.
So
plenty of clearance there.
You're just one lost soul, it'll break the mold. When you see me, do you believe in a higher love? Somebody let the sun come up again. What you need is the heat of the summer. Lost your mind, need the light to recover. I swear we're headed on the bad days, and the sun will come up again as you brought me the sun.
Jeanette might be doing a bit of walking today, I think. My camera girl. So in the four-wheel drive tracks in Tasmania, the first thing it says is something about side slopes. I'm guessing this is a side slope. I'm sitting on 17 degrees now on the inclinometer to the right. It's good when Jeanette walks up with the camera because I actually see how deep the dips are that she walks through. Alright, let's do this. We're on 19, 22 degrees, 25 degrees there, guys. That is nuts. Feels really funky. So far so good. We've done a whole 1.1 kilometers. The track is quite closed in, got some funky angles on it. You're gonna get some pinstripes. Go slow. If you go slow, the pinstripes are slightly less. But you're gonna get some nice little pinstripes on your car. So, but at this, so far it's looking good. But of course, we haven't really got to any of the button grass plain yet, which is where all the mud holes are. So we've finally come out into what's opened up a bit, quite a rough, rocky track. So interesting little set of rock steps. I have to crawl up through here. Doesn't look too bad. Should be able to do it reasonably easy. Well, that was a bit of fun. Cool little rock steps. Guys, down on the main track down here, there is what looks like a couple of muddy holes. There is a side track around it. So I'm just taking a walk down to have a look. Like I said earlier, don't want to risk the car, don't want to get stuck and not be able to get out. There's nothing to winch off. Don't really feel like lying in the mud and putting max tracks under a car, so we'll just have a bit of a look at this and see if we can get around these without going through, and I really hate washing mud off cars. So there's a vehicle been through before us this morning. We can see that we've been following their tracks and they've gone around this, so that looks really muddy. So I'm going to scoot around this, guys, just to be sensible so we can get to the end. We don't need to be heroes and do every bog hole in Tasmania. Hate mud, don't want to wash the car. Boy, we don't want to spend hours washing mud off it, so that's what we're going to do. So there is quite a lot of side tracks around most of these boggy holes. I did kind of hear that through the grapevine. So
obviously these can be very wet too.
yeah. So I mean, look, we're here. It's summer. It's been reasonably dry, and this track I'd say is exceptionally dry compared to normal. So
yeah.
So I mean, we're not doing it when it's the hardest time to do it, but we're still doing it, and the adventure is all part of it, you know. So I'd rather go around a few side tracks that people have already made and not spend hours getting the car out of a bog / cleaning it later.
Or potentially breaking something.
Or, yeah, potentially breaking something, you know. So
Because there's nothing to enjoy out here, as the lady said. So yeah. I want to stay pretty clean.
Oh, I hate muddy cars.
I'm
Not
thinking about myself.
Yeah. Well, look, it's not even our thing. We're not mud boggers. We don't go chasing the mud. So we'd much rather do some slow, low fall driving than tear arsing through mud. So that's just how we roll. So
Yeah. We did enough of that in The Simpsons.
yeah, not wrong. Go back and have a look at our Simpson desert crossing. It's a pretty ordinary video because it's a lot of photos and voiceovers, but I'll chuck a link up here so you guys can have a look and just see the mud we went through going through the Simpson. We always joke that we went to the Simpson and it flooded.
Maybe I know all your secrets, but you tell me stupid lies. Oh, you think you can escape now and got it all just figured out. You can fake it through the ceiling to the rooftops while I'm leaving. You're my greatest mistake. Greatest mistake.
The Osmo doesn't do it justice, but over there is a gnarly as track up Mount Balfour. I have seen a couple of people do it on their videos on YouTube and things like that. It's very, very shaly, very, very loose, very rutted out, gnarly track. It's not something that we really want to do. I think we could do it, but I just, don't want to risk breaking the car when we've got so far to go. So, but we're going really well. We're well and truly along the Balfour Track, and we really haven't sort of hit too much. But again, it is very dry along the track. Most of the water holes are all dried up, and we've had a pretty good run. So it's fun. It's enjoyable. It's stinky. The mud is really stinky, and we've had fun. So we're going to keep going to the end and go and have a look at Balfour. It's a nice little exit out of this river here. Nelson Bay River it is. Not much water in here, but pretty gnarly climb out, which we'll have to have a little play with. I'm going to have a look at it. This looks pretty gnarly, but we're going to have a go at it. Chuck the rear locker in and see what we get. Oh, that was pretty cool. Gnarly as hell, but love doing that stuff. Just so much fun.
I know all your secrets, but you tell me stupid lies. Oh, you think you can escape now and got it all just figured out. You can fake it.
So that's it, guys. End of the Balfour Track. Back to the Western Explorer Highway, and then we can go straight across and do the 3Ks up to Balfour Township.
Through the ceiling to the rooftops while I'm leaving.
but she did a good job. You have to find somewhere to wash the big girl.
So I think it's only fair that because it's Dave's drive day, he gets to wash the car because you had all the fun.
Fair call.
Yeah. We just need to find some fresh water.
All good. Let's head up to
Yeah,
Balfour and
let's see
check
what's
it
at
out.
Balfour.
Okay, guys. So that's the Balfour Track. We've come all the way through to the Western Explorer Road. There's just the 3Ks to do up to Balfour itself, which apparently isn't that hard. So we'll call that conquered, I reckon.
Yes.
Good job.
But we must stress that it is dry.
It is dry.
It's yeah, and
There's
we
still some
went-
funky water crossings.
yeah, we went around most of the boggy bits because we just
And we still got the car trashed as.
yeah,
So
and it stinks.
but anyway, let's go and have a look at Balfour. From the Western Explorer Road into Balfour town, ghost town ship area. There's a windy bush track, not too bad, just cruising through it now.
Okay, so Dave's probably doesn't want to talk right now. The car has developed a rattle in the engine. We thought it might have been a bit low on oil. We don't really know what's going on. This gentleman in front of us is kindly towing us back to where we're camped. And yeah, we were having such a good day, got through the Balfour Track, and now it's just like crap. So yeah, we will, I don't know what we're going to do. I guess we need to get some oil, see if that fixes a rattle. Otherwise, we might just have to get it towed somewhere, somehow. But at least we've got service back at camp. We can make a few inquiries. It is Sunday, so we might not be able to do a lot today. So, but yeah, really good of this guy to help us out. Don't even know his name. We will find out. Alrighty, let's keep cruising. We'll be fine, Dave. Okay guys, so as you know, we got towed back to our campsite by the lovely Keith, which thank you very, very much. I thought his name was Keith. Dave thought it was Pete. He was very quietly spoken.
It is actually Keith.
Oh, it is Keith. So
Yeah.
Thank you, Keith, for the tow. Car does not sound good. It's got a bit of a squeak.
It's a top
rattle.
end rattle, squeaky, bad noise,
Yeah,
scary.
It's a bad noise. Anyway, so tow truck's coming in the morning, and I think we're not sure exactly where we're going to at this stage and what's going to happen. But I guess we're just going to wrap this video up. We did have a great crossing of the Balfour Track. That went so well, and we're just grateful that we're not sitting in the middle of it with a car that doesn't want to run nicely. So we're thinking we might just have a few drinks.
Yeah. I'm going to get messed up.
He won't, because there's not much to drink.
Awesome.
So we'll have a few drinks, have this video up, and yeah, we'll keep you posted. So see what happens. So
All right, guys. Please subscribe, hit that notification bell, throw us a thumbs up, send us some love.
and yeah,
Feeling a bit deflated, to be honest. So
thank you to our new subscribers, and thank you everyone for sharing your stories about Tasmania and the places we've been, and that. Yeah, loving it. It's been so good. So yeah, all right guys, stay safe, and we'll catch you on the next one.